About. Oh, that's adorable. You're so cute. Ridiculous. All right. Problem. The type identity methods are calling .type identity on nested type like element base, and Go doesn't recognize that those have methods. Okay. I'm gonna have to rebuild this because the dungeon's definitely despawned. So hold on. Where's my browser? Did I close it? Oh, there it is. All right, we're all set up. Do 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 do. Ah, shoot. What's the wrong one? Teleport boss. Okay, I'm trying to work on making these opaque. Right now, they disable their collider until they finish rotating, and then they shoot, which is what I wanted. But I need them to like visually change, so I'm working on doing that. Okay. Boom, boom. And I started this, but I'm actually not sure why it's not working. Let's go look. So we insert this new color molt thing, depending on what phase it's in. So it should be alpha 0.5. Then it should be color molt white, which should be full alpha. Oh, it's because it doesn't have a dynamic color, I bet. Let's go to the factory on the client, and when we build the I guess I should integrate everything into this, right? So we'll just add a dynamic color. The main problem is I add the component dynamic color when I want to recompute it every single frame. So now every projectile gets added to this list. So it's a little bit of a performance suck, but kind of is what it is, I guess. No, actually, well, I guess, yeah, because we're adding the base color to everything. It's just weird because I only need it for this one. For like this one case. I'm also worried that it's going to break some of the projectiles. But I think this should fix it. Nope. What's weird though, because they're showing going to alpha 0 and then not coming back. And here we insert color mult with alpha 0.5. Color mult with white when it shoots. So look at the sprite color system. We do update color mult, which all it does is multiplies the dynamic color by the multiply color. Excuse me. Clear dynamic color system. This resets the dynamic color to be the base color, essentially. Oh, it needs a body, so this isn't running ever. Okay, that's what the problem is. I mean, technically I could just insert dynamic color here. I'm just gonna do it here though. Because projectiles are all like memory pooled anyways, so it's not that big of a waste, I don't think. Okay. Okay, so then we got, that's good. We'll make body optional, I think. I technically don't even use body, but it's pretty much everything with the dynamic color needs to become either white, or if it's got a base color set, it'll just be the base color. And the base color is usually white, but if it's not, then I guess I could check that if base color white. Guys. If it's white, then don't add it, but I think I'd just rather them all have the same pattern. Let's see what this has done. Yes, continue. I don't know why this thing keeps asking me if it wants to continue. Oh, perfect. Wait, how did this change dynamically? Oh, because the color system is inside the plugin, so it hot reloads. That's right. All right, let's just see how this feels. I think this actually is okay. Obviously, it's not the timing that, it's not exactly the timing that I want, but it's the behavior that I want. I was originally going to do an indicator that eventually pops a sword that then spins, but I think it was a little bit too much. Too many phases of this thing happens, then this thing happens, and then this other thing happens. I like this better. All right. All right, let's look at this. And I want this to rotate the same speed for shorter. And then the movement's fine, I think. I just want it to move shorter. And I think I want this to be longer. We'll do like 3 seconds. All right. Remove name mingling from analysis phase, but the canonical registry from earlier fixed is now conflicted with the new architecture. Remove canonical registry. I don't. If the canonical registry conflicts with the future long-term approach, then remove it. Okay. All right, let's do make this 2 seconds. This fight's kind of complicated. Like I have to go through several phases just to get to this. All right, there we go. I think we have to do 1 second, honestly, which is what it was, but I did shorten the rotation phase. Oh, this is actually pretty good. This is perfect. I want just a small twist for like a second, I guess. Yeah, 1 second twist and then it'll shoot. It's kind of hard, but it gives you a second to like get out of the way. They might move a little bit too fast. I think they move just a tad too fast. Let's do 250. Though I do have a pretty slow equipment setup. People will probably move faster than this in general. So. It just gets hard to dodge when there's ones that are off screen that kind of come in. Like when you're really low. Okay, I like this. I think the projectile behavior is good. I want to add one more weapon experiment test. I'm just gonna comment this out, which I'll probably will use this. I just want to see what another one feels like. Instead of doing 13, I just want to do delay 4. Two, 3, 4. I just want to see this, how this looks. Dun, dun. That is so hectic. It's definitely too many. We can do a longer delay. Let's do it 8 delay, and then we'll do Let's just do 2. Let's see how 2 feels, then I'll try see what 1 feels like. I think 2 feels pretty good. Though these ones might move a little too fast. I might just drop these to 200 instead of 250. It just becomes too undodgeable sometimes. Or like you dodge one, but then you're just in like a pinch between multiple, which is never fun. Also, why do I feel like these accelerate? Are they accelerating? Oh, they are. Hold on. Yeah, they're accelerating. I do kind of like that though, because it comes from the stop. It comes from a stop better. I do like that, but it kind of just means it spirals out of control to some degree. Let's go ahead and do, wait, what did I just change? I changed that speed, okay. Let's go to this, the implementation of this system that uses it, because it just adds acceleration. We'll just cap. I kind of need like a max velocity. This would be something that should go on like a rigid body sort of object, I think, or a component. But I don't really have that. The thing I don't... This is like how long it accelerates for, I guess. So I could just decrease the acceleration duration, technically. Because you kind of select the lifetime here. Let's just do that. We'll just do, we'll see what 2 feels like. I don't love this approach. Or maybe I accelerate it till its velocity is this. And then the duration doesn't matter. That's cleaner, I think. Then I don't select this. I just select an acceleration speed. And we'll do a max speed. Okay. So then we'll go to tracer, and we'll also have to have velocity. We'll have to get the velocity component. Do I need global transform? I'm just gonna use a local transform for these and remove global transform. All right, else if velocity length is less than oh, is there no wide? Might be called the val or something. Is it this? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we have our velocity there. So if the velocity... All right, if the velocity is less than the max speed, then we'll accelerate. Accelerate in the direction you're pointing at. What's up, Jen? Wonder if it'd be viable to make a lightweight sesh version of Cube's OS for virtualizing individual applications for separation purposes using KVM and X11 forwarding or something. I don't even know what Cube's OS is. What would you use that for? Like a desktop switcher sort of thing? I do often have like multiple desktops, and it would be nice to have something that lets me toggle between them. Else, I think we also want this. Well, we want to set acceleration to 0. All right, then we'll scale the direction vector by the acceleration speed and then apply that to this. Let's rebuild. CubeOS is an ultra paranoid, or hold on. Accel speed will be 200, and then we'll do max speed we'll do 300. CubeOS is an ultra paranoid OS where every single application will run its own VM. For example, multiple web instances for your work. Personal, untrusted, running on a disposable VM. Oh, that's actually a cool idea. Very neat, but can't really do GPU acceleration or gaming anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty handy. I guess. I'm just thinking, like, I'm thinking if I would ever use that. Like maybe if I wanted to like do something with like Node.js or something and I needed to install it or some weird thing, and I didn't want to install it on my computer, then maybe I'd have a VM for that or something. Or if I had like financial stuff that I wanted to keep safe on one VM, I could do that maybe. Like safe from other stuff. That's not a bad idea. It all runs locally, I guess. I guess it saves you from dual booting. But couldn't you just do like Yeah, I'm trying to think of how else you could do this without a whole OS thing. Like, cause I can just get KVM and run a VM if I really want to. Okay, now they have a max speed, which is nice. They were just getting they were going too fast. Let's up the max speed actually to 350. And I'm gonna up this to 250. I want them to accelerate a little bit quicker. No, actually, I think they accelerate fine. See the image I sent in Discord? It's integrated so the window border is colored so you don't mess up separation at all. Oh, that's kind of cool. Bum, bum. I feel like my computer's lagging. Internet. Anon workstation. Email work. Fedora minimal. I'm having trouble parsing this diagram. What are the blocks? Are those different? You have that many VMs? Oh, it's like every application runs in a VM. But you must have to have some kind of like shared file system. Because like I wouldn't want to run like Emacs in a VM. Because, well, I guess vaults are maybe the files things, and you allow those to different. It seems like a lot of setup. I guess I don't know if I'd want this for safety. I'd want it for organization, which would be nice. Different contexts use different network stacks. Each block is a VM or a context. You can, based on template, your Emacs would probably just install in the template and run in a VM. Vault your own offline passwords and stuff like that. I see. Yeah, it's just that like I would want to have, like I have a Git repo and I open that with Emacs. I open that with Obsidian. I open that in a terminal. Like I access it through a lot of different ways. And it seems like files are all you really care to protect, right? So I don't know, like, would I have a VM which is like my dev VM that has all of my applications installed for making Mythfall or something? I don't know. Yeah, safety isn't my reason for it. It's like being able to delete context and recreate at any time instead of randomly apt installing a bunch of packages and make things dirty. Yeah. See, like that sounds really appealing to me. Like having some declarative thing that says, here's everything I want. Kind of like Nixos, but not as awful. And then if you get safety, if you get any safety benefits from it, that's fine to me too. Maybe the different distros alongside each other. Yeah, I don't know if I care too much about that, but it'd also be nice not to like break my OS every time I install Arch, update Arch. And most of the time it doesn't, but recently it's been a little bit worse. Okay, this is pretty good. Let's go ahead and Princess, Ice Princess. We'll put this in its own weapon. Or We'll just make a new weapon for the bottom one. Sword dance, and then I think I do this. Oh, I need like that or something. Okay. I need a name for this weapon. Oh, we need set this max speed. Oh, let's just use this one. Or I actually want to set this. In here. I think I did this already. All right. I'll just call it Sword Dance too. That's fine. I can rename it. I have a yellow Firefox that always uses a VPN, a green Firefox that connects my home router over a wired guard when I'm traveling. That's cool. I guess this is on your laptop. What's it called? Cubes OS. A reasonably secure operating system. I like that. I like when they don't try to oversell it. I got Edward Snowden, his whatever you want to call it. His advocacy. Let's encrypt. When I use cubes, I feel like a god. Software thinks that it's in control, that it can do what it wants. It can't. I'm in control. Holy. Zen-based virtualization. Do you need special CPUs for this nowadays? I remember there was a time when you couldn't use KVM virtualization on like some of them, but I don't know if they changed that or they fixed that, or if they, I don't know, because I think it was like an upselling thing. They tried to make these upsold CPUs that let you do virtualization. Oh, you can do Windows. That's super appealing, actually. That is super appealing. Well, is it really? The only reason I use Windows is to test Mythfall and play video games, so. Modern CPUs are fine, but you need tons of RAM, probably separate GPU if you want to use GPU's acceleration inside a VM. What if I just have one VM that needs a GPU and everything else can use the CPU? Well, no, that's tricky because you need to have a GPU to render your desktop environment for every one, right? So they must have some way to swap the GPU to different VMs. That's a lot of docs. I think if I click this, it's going to download it. I don't want to do that. There's only one desktop environment, though, which is neat. Is it just like a well-integrated KVM? See a demo on YouTube or something instead? Hey, look, there's me. So this lets you switch between them. But it's like each of these windows is a VM. It's an interesting idea. Maybe not the best demo. Different color equals different VM. Okay. All right, this is a pretty good phase, I think. Or not phase, really. It's not like a full phase. We need to turn it into a phase. I have a phase 0 done. This was just a testing thing I did. Whole lot of swords in that room, yep. Oh, there was an attack that I used to do here. Is this one? Okay. Rotating circle. Oh, that's right. I do the full circle. So this phase is actually already done, I think. So I'm trying to remember exactly where I was. I think I was maybe testing a new phase after this one. Oh, I forgot to do this. Now that's a lot of projectiles. Does she just do this indefinitely? Oh, then she goes to this one, and this was the one I was trying to finish. Let's do... I think we'll do the dashes. We'll do the dashes around. All right, we got dashes around. Then we do these ones, which she does way too many of them. So we'll fix that. We'll reduce the number of times she does it to like 4. We'll do 4 of those. Yeah, then we go to the middle and we do the... Oh, then I just set her to this one. Okay. I might actually just do this. Hold on. It does kind of make sense for her to... I think we can do this actually. Hold on. I thought I had like a half circle attack. There it is. So we'll do this and she'll maintain distance there. And then, then I might have her do like spawn a bunch of those swords in a small cluster. This will be like the introduction to the mechanic. This will be the introduction. We'll do we'll do this one, but we'll make it really close. I actually might do a let's just see. We do 32. Then here we'll do the sword dance close. Let's see how that feels. It's reasonable. It's not terrible, but there's too many. Where does she go before she shoots this? I want her to move to the center. We'll do teleport true. She'll go to the center, and then she'll shoot the half circles and chase you for 2 attacks, and then she'll do the sword spray attack. Except this one, I'm not going to do a random group rotation. I'm going to do a random projectile rotation. So then she's going to spawn a bunch of swords, and they'll all have a random rotation, I think. I might make this go a little faster. So it's a little bit more of just like a dodge segment. And maybe slightly less projectiles. That's decent, I think. Let's change the spirals. What did I say I was gonna do on the spirals? I was gonna maybe make the oh, do I use it for this too? Okay, yeah, I do use it there as well. Let me just remind myself. I did most of this yesterday. I'm surprised I just cannot remember how this fight was supposed to go. Let me just walk through the phases. I actually don't even know if I have dividers that go between them. Hold on. I spent so long building that sword attack thing. Yeah, health below 0.7. Okay. Yeah, this one I think is just going to be her like basic attack. I might make it less bullets. So less bullets on the half circle. Just so you can dodge through a little bit better. Okay. We'll do 12. That removes 3 of them. If that feels bad, we can improve it. It just feels too tight. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, let's see what the second phase looks like. Wait, yeah, why did she do the outer ring attack before the first phase? Wait, in the first phase, does she even do? Phase 0, enter, dash, dash, dash. Oh, was it commented out? That's so stupid of me. Okay, now I understand. So really we're just gonna have this pursuit segment inside of the phase 2, similar to phase 1, or phase 1, similar to phase 0. I'm gonna make it less though. I'll make it 3. And then I'm gonna remove this. We don't need that anymore, I think. Because then we transition, we stop. We do this sword attack. So it's spiral, 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 wait, pursue, or go to the middle, pursue, and then sword attack. And then the spirals we wanted to update. So they're a little bit wider. If I do a delay of 2, that'll make them... I don't think I can do a delay of 2. But I could do, I think I do 30 and then 30. So we'll only do 30 bullets. And we'll divide them in 30 segments on the circle. So it'll be just a little bit more wider. Oh yeah, I also wanted to look at why is that happening? I think I maybe had this just because... Like, I think I might not have this circle for the first phase. I'm not sure, though. Oops. Okay, so we'll just go straight to the dash phase. One thing I am worried about is that they can just stand in the corner. We'll replay this one phase. I'm just gonna stand over here though. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Because it's kind of a hard fight. It's kind of a hard thing to dodge when you're in the middle. So I think people are gonna want to come far down. That's still too tight, I think. We'll do 20. Let's try with 20. And then I think for this one, I wanted to rotate faster. Nah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna comment out phase 0 so we can go straight to phase 1. Then we'll do the enter thing, shoot the big circle, do the spirals, dashes, teleports, or whatever. The only weird one is that the counter goes off too early. Like, we need to finish this attack, I think. I'll just do this. Oh no, then I can't do the transition. Ugh. I mean, I can do something like this, I guess. That way we just, the only weird thing is like, then this. I'll just do this. Oops. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Wait, there's no way this is right. Wait, what the heck? What does the cooldown used to be? 100 milliseconds. How is that possible? I don't know, honestly. Oh, because we get there and we wait. Well, shouldn't I have max attacks be... No, maybe this does work. I don't know. We'll just have to see it. We'll have to see it to believe it. Five, six, seven, and then middle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then middle. I guess it does. Oh, because I set to 4 and it goes above 4, not equal to. Okay. All right. That works. I just want these to be a little faster. So we'll reduce this cooldown to 500 milliseconds. Let's try that. I guess this one can go off of the attack, can't it? No, because we want to do the attack and then we want to. I don't know. That's weird. This one's weird. I got no answers. Let's get rid of phase 0 just so we can go faster. Phase 0. Comment. All right, I'm gonna put my desk down. Boom, boom, boom. Do, do, do. Give me 1 second. All right. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I see. One thing I just realized is that the count only goes off once I guess I could do that, have return 2 state. No, then I can't put them in 1. Okay, whatever. This is a reasonable thing. It's hard for me to judge how much health I should give her though, because she moves really fast, so it's hard to it's hard to like be there, you know? Okay. That's a good phase 1. Let's do a phase 2. This will be the whole room AoE sword dance attacks, I think. And I don't know what else. TBD. We'll go ahead and do an enter. I almost always need an enter state just because I have to like do taunts and I need to set them in the right spot and all that stuff, so. Okay, let's do a shoot. Oh, I never want default shoot. Hold on. Okay, let's take this. And we'll put the sword dance. The only downside is they go back to enter. Maybe I should do it outside. I could do it outside. I don't know. Oh, all right. That attack's pretty long. I think I want that. I don't think I want that first attack to be in sequence. Like I want to spawn multiple of those. Like this plus then like one immediately after. So we'll do something like 5 of these. Needs to be a little bit less of a cooldown. We'll do 1. Yeah, because then you're spawning the next one every time. So that's fine. Let's see how she feels. Oh, this is the random one. That one's a fun little change of pace where it's like a slightly different, but it's different enough, you know? It's honestly not super easy. And then I think I do a wait phase. Maybe she just stands in the middle during this section. So it's a dodge section, invulnerability, dodge section, and then vulnerability. at the end. I think I'm starting to not like doing that. I'd rather make it more of a continuous fight, but it's hard in like survival. It's hard to do survival phases like that. Because it's just a long time where I want to be spawning projectiles, and I don't want people to be able to just like massacre her. Okay. Status ID, status type, invulnerable. Okay. We'll do clear all status. And I guess you'll just stay there. And then we'll do after time. We'll do like 3 seconds. We'll have to do transition next with health below, I don't know, like 0.4 or something. I actually might put phase 2 before phase 1. We'll see how it feels though. Yes, you're still getting invulnerability. Then she should lose it for like 3 seconds, and then 1, 2, 3. All right. I want to make the cooldown lower on this last one. I'm gonna do. I'll just cut it in half. Everything's just always timing. It's like, how long do I want the player to have to like damage her in between these phases? Also, I don't love that this is not like super centered, but kind of is what it is, I guess. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Perfect. That's a decent phase, I think. Let's just, I'm curious how this feels now. And I'm also not sure yet if I'm going to do a 2-parter fight or if I'm just going to do a 1-parter fight. I wanted the plot to be like, it's the queen and then you fight the princess. And then you either fight the queen after you fight the princess, so it'll be 2 bosses you have to kill, or I don't know. I could also do like a sub dungeon eventually to fight the queen after you kill her daughter. But let me do this. Frick. I was trying to get this invulnerability ring on as fast as possible. Or let's just restart and I'll gear up there. You know what I should add? I should add a debug dev mode that just makes me invulnerable. Or not invulnerable, makes me, when I'm testing, makes it so I can't get fatal damage. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've already taken enormous damage. I think I tend to make the bullets go a little too fast. Like there's no way people can learn this without almost dying the first time. Boom, boom, boom. Also I have crown on, which is kind of a little bit of a cheat. Yeah, I think these are just a little too fast. Mm-mm. They do feel a little cheap. They're just like surprise. It's hard. It's just like you almost have to memorize what the phases are, which I don't like, but it's really hard to just make hard fights. She got stuck. Wait, why would she be trying to move though? Bum, bum, bum. I mean, the pacing's decent. I think the health-wise pacing is fine, I think. Trunks, you're killing me, buddy. Wait, but I have no maintained distance, do I? I'm trying to understand why she got stuck. Oh, because of never mind. Yeah, she's just standing in the middle the whole time. But yeah, we definitely need to make sure she's there before she does this attack. So we'll do a 1 second. I know 500. We'll do 1 second. Just to be safe. Okay. See what it does. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this off. Oh no. All right, let me just save this loadout. And then we'll restart. No, I don't want to rekit. I want to do teleport boss. Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm gonna put the crown on just because I have no skill points and I'm not maxed at all. So I think I'll at least be doing this much damage as like a tier 4 player. That was a bad dash. Yeah, this one's a little too fast, I think. And there's one more that's a little too fast. Oh yeah, the dash attack. Let's slow those projectiles down a bit. The sword dash. We'll do 150, just give people a little bit more time. And the other one is called... I don't remember. Let's go look. Sometimes I try to come up with like clever names for these, but then I end up just like rotating circle. That sounds right. Yeah, we just need to have the... I have a distance function that these projectiles go through, and I think I just need to make this longer. Let's just double it. What is this first value? That's the radius. Okay, yeah. And then we do an ease in. What does ease in do? Does that go fast to slow or slow to fast? I'm gonna do an ease in out. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me just read this. Resolved well in mismatches. Fixed specific mapping logic in gen types was caused with the int mangling to LL int invalidly in some context ensuring. Okay. Fixed core allocator. Corrected dynamic slice. Patch scan type and this. Yeah, this is the one I want. Update scan all types to scan function bodies of non-generic functions like main, ensuring local generic instantiations, node int, are discovered. Also fixed a bug where specialized structs sharing a name with their generic bases were being skipped. Okay. Generic function recognition refines scan all types to avoid scanning generic function bodies, preventing invalid generic instantiations. Like dynamic type append K. All right, let's run this just to see if it works. Okay, this error is from a different test. So that's an improvement. That's at least removed a lot of stuff from the checker side. I like that. Okay. This is just all the mangling stuff that got moved from the type checker. Okay. What did this do? Fix mangling problems with generics? And then Okie doke. Ding, ding, ding. It's interesting how the fight changes so much when you have, when these things go slower. Like, they end up bunching up more. So it ends up being more like, not micro dodgy, but there just ends up being more on screen, if that makes sense. This is a better speed though, because you can see it and like move out of the way if you're not like a full speed build. I do think this is the bottom is just the safe place to be here, which is kind of lame, but with my crown on, because we should be doing more damage. That is awful. That feels so awful. I'm just gonna do linear, I think. I mean, ease in should be it, right? It should go slow and then fast. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. That's the opposite direction. I think I'm pretty sure when I first wrote my interpolation library, I called ease in, ease out, and vice versa. And now I have so much code that depends on it. Like, I'm just screwed. I guess I could do an LSP rename or something, but I'm like, I want to ease in because I want it to go slow to fast, but then it does it the opposite. And I make that mistake every time. Bum, bum, bum. I should have kept my sword. Okay. I think the time before was actually a pretty good time, but because it was going the opposite direction in terms of interpolation, I think it looked faster than it was. I also might switch it back to ease in out, just so it's like slow, fast, slow, and it's like stabilizes. What I really wanted to do was do like a ring projectile where it's got an outer and an inner. I don't really have I don't have the rendering capabilities for that. I think I could do it. But I guess I would just have one high resolution circle. Nope. Actually, I don't know how I do that. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I almost feel like 2 seconds is too long at this point. Let's see how the next one feels when we're nearby. It's just such a strange, like it stays so close so fast. I'd rather like slowly speed up. But I guess it's okay. It's not terrible, at least. I need to clear. I need to do clearing attacks every time we switch phases. I always forget to do that. Might be a little too... The duration might be a little bit not long enough. The duration of how long she's invulnerable for. Or the duration for how long she's vulnerable. I do 3 seconds though. That's a long time. That's fine though. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this splat. In my head, I feel like what I should do is make a a function that's for building boss fights. And automatically puts the attack or the clearing attacks in the middle, the transition between phases. Or that, or I just make like taunt phases. And I do like to do taunt. And then I do this, but instead of health below, after time, 1 second, or however long I want to do it for. And I'll have it shoot. What I really should do is I should make a weapon command and attack. Because I have a weapon, it's called like clear or something. Weapon clear casted. And all this does is just like splats all the bullets. But I can make, I'm gonna put this into like common behaviors with like taunt or something. Surely, yeah, there it is. All right. I might make it a function. It doesn't really matter, but we'll just do self pause. We do this weapon, and then we'll do a cooldown of 0. And no other parameters. We want it to always fire. Is there a way to do that? Shoot. right, we've got targeting, weapon type, cooldown, jitter, delay. I think inside of, yeah, range, we don't do max attacks. Skip target check. Skip room attack delay true. Cool. So we'll make this object. I mean, I guess I could make this just a struct. I can't imagine I'm ever going to make it a function. It just feels weird to put a struct inside of this. It just feels unusual, but it's whatever, I guess. Now I can do that. Shoot clear. And then that should just do this one. Let's go find all of these and replace them all. Oh, do I literally have two of these? Shoot clear, cast and shoot clear. Okay. Hold on. Let's unify these concepts. Great minds think alike, I guess. Oh, I just added this just for this one. Let me just hold on before this just constantly lags my stream. I'm just gonna call it shoot clear. I'm gonna call it clear shoot actually. What's boss shoot do? Nothing. Okay. Clear casted. Clear casted, okay. All right, now this is centralized, which is super nice. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, I got everything done. I have successfully resolved the unknown type, compilation error, expectation bug that, and all cascading issues across the project. Bum, 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 bum. Wait a second. That would be wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. Boom, boom. Mm. That is correct. And then I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This part I'm not really sure about. I do want this to be able to work. If it's typing, Oh, this does work. They shouldn't have to do this. Oh, that should fail. Where does X come from? I'm so lost here. Oh, it's up at the very top. This doesn't need this. I thought we just fixed that on the other one. Can I use type int as my int in assignment? I think that this one just succeeds because it's looking for this error, and that happens to just overlap. What's up, Roger? How you doing, buddy? How are you today? It goes. Let me send this one thing. Let me crack the whip on this AI real quick, and then I'll get back to Mythfall. I'll show you the fight I'm working on. It's looking pretty good. It's coming along. But I just have this thing going in the background, just kind of for fun. I want to stage these, but I also want to write this first. Okay. We should treat, what are they called? Literals? No, they're not called literals. Yeah, they're called literals, I think. We should treat literals as untyped. Okay. Let me show you. Oh, I think I disabled all of the phases except for the last phase. Hold on. Or no, I have all of them enabled. Okay, we're good. Little squeaker. This will be the new dungeon. That's gonna replace the Santa fight in Frostvale Crest. I haven't finished doing the decorations in the dungeon yet, but I finished the mobs last stream, and then yesterday I was working on the boss fight. Bum, 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 bum. I should be putting this on. Boom, boom, boom. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. This attack took me forever to code. I want you to know that. The swords one, that took so long. I spent like not all yesterday, because I played some volleyball too, but I spent a lot of time yesterday and a lot of time this morning getting this finished. You think so? It's funny how like you, like as I keep adding these small little features, like I added the ability to randomly spawn bullets in a room. So then I can do these, and then these ones, the thing I added was the projectile just spins for a certain time and then shoots in that direction. So it's kind of fun how I can like compose these kind of simple concepts together and like end up with different kind of attacks, you know? But yeah, I haven't decided yet how I want to end this fight. It's either gonna be because the Ice Queen is gonna summon the Ice Princess when you enter the room. That's gonna be the plot, and then you fight the Ice Princess, who's like gonna be like a swords fighter, fencer type character, and then I don't know if you defeat her and then you go on to fight her, or if I could also maybe do like you defeat her, she drops a dungeon, then she disappears, and then it's like another sub dungeon. Or like a sub boss fight. So I'm kind of torn. And then I can make the Ice Queen like a really hard fight. Because I feel like this one's already pretty tier 4 of a fight. It's not super hard, but it's not easy either. I would give her more health probably. And then have some final phase that's kind of challenging, probably. But I don't know. I might do a sub one. But I don't know. Like a basement. Bum, 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 boom, 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 boom. Maybe I will. I don't know. Imagine the queen morphs into a big monster. Yeah, like in on this floor or on the other floor, do you think? What do you think's cooler, having a different floor or... Give me your cool factor take. Look at this cat. Is he either working? Yeah. I'll have to think about it more, I guess. Let me get the next to-do list item for this guy. I've also implemented this dry. Okay, yeah, so we want to switch untyped literals into... Bum, 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 bum. Cool. Perfect, that's what I want. All right, good. I feel like going to the second floor would be better for Alavarg or some big final boss type deal, but I don't know. I can see it working here too. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter, like, I think I'm going to have this sort of feature inside of dungeons in general. Like, as a general concept, I think it's cool to fight a boss and then go to the second floor to fight a harder boss, if that makes sense. Like, I think that that's fun. And I know that I can kind of overplay it. I don't know if I can overplay it. As long as it's a whole new dungeon, I think people would be excited to go do another dungeon, you know? And it does two things. It makes it so you can't immediately go into it. So you have to fight this person, hopefully do well, so you don't have like low resources, and then you have another hard fight afterwards. So it can like up the challenge a bit, if that makes sense. The other thing it does is I think it makes it for the cool concept of potentially doing things like where you do like runs, where like the and I always thought this would be a really interesting feature, is to have like, this is like the first, when you go in the sphere, you find the first door to a dungeon that takes you like the level 1 of the dungeon, and then you can just keep going down the levels, and at the very end there's like a super duper hard boss or something, almost like how people do like roguelike runs. But like doing it inside of the each dungeon, if that makes sense. So you just go from one to the next to the next to the next. So I don't know. Then it's kind of like a little bit of a plot, and also I can do things like give people status effects that last until they go back to town, which I think is interesting. So like I could now add rooms that are like you know how there's the like reward rooms? I can add rooms that are like gain, like you can make a decision like gain 5% damage but lose like 5% defense or something like that. Or maybe you get some relic that lasts with you just for the dungeon. If that doesn't make sense. So you could find some like dungeon relic that just pops up here as a status effect and gives you some bonus, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Maybe scale rewards with ascension level. Yeah, I could. I'm so torn on the ascension level thing. Well, yeah, I guess in general I was thinking of making the ascension levels so you up your like some loot tables are only achievable by going to the yeah. Like so like the loot table would have like an ascension 5 loot item that gets added or something. And then maybe even inside of here where you look at dungeons, I could say like Ascension 5 adds these items. You know what I mean? Wait, what would be cool? Because I just had a bunch of stuff. I don't remember what this was. Oh yeah, this was that alone would provide more enough reason to actually want to grind for Ascension 5. Yeah, right now because it's like, oh, I get like an extra loot roll for this item. But if I added like another item that you can only get by doing Ascension 5, then people would be willing to go to Ascension 5, I think. Like if I put the eggs on like Ascension 5, everybody's gonna try to go do Ascension 5, you know, because they want to get their pet or whatever. But the other problem with Ascension 5 is I don't like the orbiter system that much. I think it was an okay idea. I just don't think it fits super well. It's just not, I don't know, it's hard to make a Ascension 5, like you have two people that go into a dungeon and one person's playing Ascension 5 and one person's playing Ascension 0. And it's hard to make them both have the same looking dungeon, but a different experience, you know? I don't know, it's weird. It's weird just because it's like, they have to have something different. So I need to add something that's like different, but only they see, only one person sees, the other person doesn't see at all. So I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I think there needs to be better incentives for doing higher ascensions for sure. Yeah, I think I might make this more of a full fight. I'm gonna make her a full fight, and then I'm gonna make the queen teleport back middle. What day is it? Is it Thursday? Yeah. I'm gonna make her teleport back middle and die, and then drop her loot. Will that work for loot drops though? I think it does though. I could also make her be the boss and she spawns her rather than the opposite direction. Why do you have collider.disabled instead of collider.enabled? Makes me think you're a madman, criminal per se. Because by default, I want it enabled. Wait, where do you see that? Where do you see collider.disabled? Oh, maybe I was looking at it earlier. But yeah, in Go, the defaults are false. So if you make it enabled, if you make the Boolean enabled, then by default, you have to set the field to true every single time. So usually you try to word it. It was early on the sword. Oh, gotcha, yeah. Yeah, it's just like a Go. Weird Goism. Go doesn't let you set default values, so you have to use the false as the default value. Yeah, just because of the default. It's very common when you like add a new field to, yeah, you can't set default structs. It's super common when you like add a new field to a struct that you use in a lot of spots. Like I have tons of colliders across my game. And then I want to add this field that lets me disable because I'm just adding a new feature that lets me do it, you know? Like for example, on this one, like the rotating ones don't have the collider enabled, then they turn on. You'll see once it shoots. Like the green boxes appear after it finishes rotating, and then it can start damaging people. So Yeah, just a goism. Okay, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make the Ice Queen another level. I don't know if I'm gonna get it in this patch though. So. Go. What a language. Okay, wait, I need to look at my README for this thing. Hold on. I have this little, I'm building a programming language on the side. I'm just having this little AI bot program it for me. And I just have this like to-do list of all the stuff that I want. We just did compiler errors. We didn't do the line directions. Oh, I do want to do this. I want to make int and uint to be device word size. And then I want to make different types for the C foreign function interface blocks. Do I want to do that now though? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, sorry, my camera's on my cat. There you go. What's up, buddy? Both single swords, rotation instead of groups. But with single swords, rot instead of groups was more challenging, I feel. Yeah, I mean, I have each of these ends up being their own little like game object, if that makes sense. So they all rotate independently. They all rotate the same way, if that makes sense. So they all look like they're attached to the same rotation value, but they all technically track their own rotation value. They just rotate the same every frame. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna have it do this part yet. Or first. I don't want that. What are the API? Yeah, I just buy, I paid for, what's it called, for a year. I paid for the Google AI agent for a year. It was my New Year's gift to myself. It's pretty fun. I don't know. I like, the code it generates is pretty hit or miss. Sometimes it generates stuff that's like incredibly smart, and sometimes it generates stuff that's incredibly dumb. Or like just so like, why didn't you put this here in this spot that's like for this thing? Like, why are you regenerating this whole block of code in a different spot? So it's hit or miss in that sense. Like the organizationally it's pretty bad, but in terms of like knowing how to solve problems, it does a pretty good job, honestly. But it's like, it kind of reminds me of like playing like an idle game where you like have this idle task that's like kind of going on in the background. So I'm like, I just like flip over here every once in a while and like nudge it along to the next thing, and like slowly it's like building something. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of fun. It's like as like an idle game, it's kind of like a fun little side thing. But yeah, I mean, it's built this whole entire language compiler for me, so I can't complain too much, I guess. I'm telling a chatbot it's an idiot for 20 days and now its answers are by default idiotic, so I shot myself in the foot there. Yeah, you gotta make it a new account now. You're cooked. I'm super respectful to our AI overlords. Okay, I think for the final phase of this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the sword thing, but instead of these groups like this, I'm just gonna spawn like 3 of them at the same time. Yeah, I like that. So we'll do, I do kind of feel like I'm grouping things. No, I think I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have her attack you at the same time. One downside though is if you give it really small tasks, it solves them really quick, and I'd end up just like getting churned. Okay, we want these. These will be the C types for C foreign function interfaces. I recently learned that C actually, int and uint aren't, or maybe I was lied to. Yeah, like architectures have a word size. So like on x86, it's 64 bits, and that is set to here. But in C, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be 64 bits. It might be 32 bits for like legacy reasons. So I want my int and uint types to be word sized, and then I want, because now I need to have C interoperability integers for calling C functions, I need to have a special type for those. Or do I? I think C has implicit casting. What happens if you pass a... Actually, I need to Google that. What happens in C if you pass a... Does it downcast it for you? Passing a 64-bit integer to a function that takes 30 is explicit cast results in undefined behavior. Okay. Yeah, so we want to have explicit casting. Truncation, data loss, stack corruption. Got it. Yeah, so we'll have a special one then. My favorite thing about AI is when you insult it, always says you're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, you're absolutely right to want to push back on this. Yeah, some of the ideas it gives are super dumb, or like it just doesn't think stuff through. It's just weird. Is it possible for you to have the bullets go, is it possible for you to have bullets that go to spot A, then stop, and then move to spot B, then stop there for a second, then move to spot C, but the spots are random? I don't know if that would work. That is possible, yeah. I mean, I'd have to program it pretty much, but I have other complicated fights. Sorry, I have to reload something. I can spawn dungeons, but I don't remember the name of them, so I always have to look it up anyways. But I have like in Silted Layer, I have other complicated bullet patterns. Like it'll do like squiggles and stuff. The bullets will do squiggles, or they'll take like right turns every once in a while. Like these ones are gonna turn eventually, so they all turn. So I can do that. There's a few rules on how I'm allowed to do it. How did I take? Oh, I took damage because I ran over him. Maybe I got poisoned. I don't know. But yeah, there's some rules because it's got to be deterministic. I need to decide like when the bullets spawn, I need to have all of the info to simulate where it's going to go. But other than that, yeah, I can do that. Okay, sorry. I need to, I got sidetracked. Yeah, this is all right. C code generation, compiler, types, spec. In the standard library, you also need to update all of the foreign blocks to use the C and C uint C long instead of int uint and long. Okay. I don't think this will be too complicated of a task for it. All right, what was I doing for this? When you do the final phase, I'm a little worried that I'm putting too much sword attack at the very end. We'll do a phase 3. I thought it just showed me an implementation plan. Okay, yeah, that just added what I said to do. Okay, got it. All right, let's do a phase 3. We'll do 2. I'm gonna make this 5. Make this 2, 5. We'll just do it in quarters. Every quarter you take. So it's 0.75, 5, and then 0.25. And then we'll do phase 3 last. And I also wanted to add these taunt. I always forget them to add them. So we'll do taunt 2. Because I need to clear bullets before I switch phases. Just as a general thing. All right, and then we'll do taunt 3. And I usually we'll throw a taunt in that area anyways, so. Perfect. All right, let's clear all statuses when we enter. In case it jumps in the middle. And can I target the room center? Actually, I don't know if I can do that. Oh, I can. Oh, I guess I did code this. That's nice. Oh, I guess it's your parent, I think, technically. Okay. Oh. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay. Want to do sword dance 2? We'll do like 200 milliseconds and attack count. I'm just gonna do 4 of these. So it's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she's gonna switch to this other attack, which I'll eventually add. But for now, I'm just gonna do after time, like 5 seconds or something. I don't know. Then it'll go back to that one. Or I mean, technically, it's gonna go back to this one, but that's okay. That is a little bit sloppy, I think, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this up here. Then I don't need these interstates. That was weird to say enter. It's like an interstate, but it's like interstate. Interstate and interstate. All right, let's go ahead and comment all this out. Then we can test this final segment. But yeah, I've been enjoying agentic coding. It's been kind of fun. Though I haven't really reviewed the code too much, so it might just be even worse than I can imagine. But the spots I've looked at, like I've looked at the tokens list, I've looked at the lexer, and I've looked at the parser. And like it's like reasonable from what I've seen. The stuff I haven't looked at is the complicated stuff, like the type checker and the code generator. They did a terrible job on, but I might make her the parent of the. One thing I don't like, I guess it's okay to just have this up here, but. I can also do lines. Like I don't have to spawn them in random spots. I can do like. I I could do like a grid or a square. Let's try. I want to try one thing. I have an idea. I'm gonna spawn a square of the swords with can I do random rotations? Yeah, in my head I thought it'd be cool to have them point all in the same direction. Like I think that would look cool, but I definitely could program it. I think it'll be kind of hard though. I think it'll be kind of hard. Let's just make a third one of these. Grid? I guess I don't have a function. I don't have a helper function for that one. Weird. So I have two options. I can either do like a static projectile layout where I lay them out in a square, and I have functions that do something like that. Like this one, for example. I use this one for the Santa Claus lights that like expanded outward. Can I set the rotation before? The weapon attacks. What is the weapon config? You need a weapon attack. I guess I could make a weapon attack feature that's like randomly rotate them all the projectiles that get spawned by the pattern. Because what I did for this one was I added this field, random group rotation, but I could bubble that out of the pattern and put it as a more general property. This is the problem I have with interfaces sometimes. It's like you end up building the same logic inside of every single one. It's just, I don't know. It's really hard to like break some things up, but I need that abstraction, so I have to make an interface and go. Yeah, I mean, I think I should do that. Actually, I think that's a good idea. Because you do stuff like attach to caster. So like, why not just do this? Though I don't think I use this one. Boss orbiter purple. Yeah, let's look for the if statement. Hold on, I need to close this before I start causing a reload storm. Spawn projectiles. Yeah, we call it generate projectiles. We generate them. So we'll just do weapon. We'll do it's hard though because the no. We'll do this. We'll do I think logically it's just going to be if, or this will be 0. And then we'll do fw dot I I can't remember what I called it now. Random group rotation. Two times math.pi times that, because this goes from 0 to 1. So we do a random rotation on a circle for that. So then we have two things. One of them lets you have this one lets the projectile randomly rotate itself. This one we want to use to, I don't really know what's better to have one or override the other, but we'll just override the rotation on the path. And then I can just set this Boolean. And then automatically have this feature. So then we just need to go back to the static thing. We have this one. I'm gonna rename this. I'll just call it random physics rotation, which is what I use for the other one. So this one applies it to the attack, which spawns multiple projectiles, and I can also apply it to each individual projectile, which is kind of nice. Hurdles all the way down. All right. Then we have this shape thing. Let's just look at where I do this. Ice princess. We need an anchor. I can't remember if I changed this. I did. Good. We'll just do like, I can't remember what this is. Projectile is proj. Then we have a radius and we have orb radius. So 16 seems fine for that. This is the radius of the square. I remember now. Okay. We'll do like 64 maybe. 64 by 64. That's kind of maybe a little bit too big. We'll just do 48. All right, then we have our anchor, which will be the projectile we use here. And then those will get spawned around. Or no, hold on a second. This one's gonna be different. So we'll just do that. Okay. Not sure exactly if that's gonna work, but we will see. Let's do a review of this. Kind of changed a lot of files. Int uint architecture dependent word size 3264. C and C uint. Okay. Perfect. These are now basic types. That's good. They're now added to that list, which is good. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. I mean, I should just do type aliases in my preamble. So I have to have all this logic that just rewrites things. But cint and int pointer t. I'm not sure when this would ever get typed, but okay. See long, see uint. Where's my unsigned int? Do I not have a uint? Or am I just missing it? C int, that, and then this is an unsigned int, and then long. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the same thing here. But this is the real reason we wanted this, because we want to, whenever we call these functions, we need to pass a C int to it, not a int. Oh, that kind of blows though, because then now all of my what's it called? All C APIs have to have some cast. Bum, bum. I'll have to think about that. I wonder if I can make a rule that just automatically casts ints into C ints. I mean, it doesn't seem that bad, right? Because it's like you just have to do this casting layer to get to see if the data types don't match. So yeah, like all of these now need this. Dun, 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 dun. It's not really doing what I thought they would do. I'm not sure why they're not moving. Maybe they don't have a path, or they don't have a velocity or something. Oh, whoops, this should have been 2. Oh no, that's actually right. Yeah, maybe that was the wrong approach for that. Also, I never set the attack. Let's see if that works at least. I think just the nature of the generator that I used a projectile generator, which spawns a projectile and then has it spawn projectiles around it that parent to it. And I think those ones are a little bit more locked down in terms of what movement patterns they're allowed. Like they might not have the components I need. They might only have a, no, they should have a local transform. Bum, bum. Okay, I mean, I guess let's give up on that idea. Let's do, a grid. Oops. I didn't get it. I'm just gonna do like 50. Row, or no, we'll do what? You know what we'll do? We'll do 64. No, we'll do 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows, 5 columns. Modulo. I don't remember what this is used for, but we'll do 0. I think that's for if I want to alternate adding them and not adding them, I think. So modulo 0 means we'll add them everywhere. Do I need to count? Count is count. Oh, it's rows times column. Okay. I really should make a helper function for this because it's all just like rote math. Okay, I mean, this should work, I think. It should do a grid now. I just don't get why they're not getting like movement behaviors. Because shouldn't they get a path? Oh, they don't have an acceleration. That's probably the same problem as the other one. What was the other one? Static? Did I what file is this in? Gen types. Dun dun dun. Such a lazy cat. Just lays here all day. Hardly works. Hardly even works. There we go. That's kind of what I was looking for. They all went the same direction though, which is weird. Oh, I forgot to set the random rotation part. What's up, Food Bar? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome. I think this plus her attacking you kind of works. All right, let me feed this cat before he loses his mind. I know. Ready for some food? All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I forgot to stage those. Yeah, there's that one. UN, size T. I don't see it here though. Uh, I don't know if I want to add implicit casting between internal ints to C ints, and same thing with U ints. Because they feel very much the same thing. But then it's like, why even have them? Why not just have... Why even have C int and C uint and C long? Why not just implicitly convert them? C long, I guess I kind of need. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Think about it. All right, we'll have her spawn those three, and then we'll... The problem is they go very... They're very fast, I guess? Oh no, because I want it to be a... I could spawn an object that spawns them in the middle. That's probably what I'll end up doing. That way she can constantly be fighting while this is spawning. All right, we'll do this. I'm gonna go to dungeon reposition. I'm gonna make a reposition ability move. We'll just rotate through these, I think. So we'll spawn these, and then while those are attacking, she'll also be doing this other stuff as well. I think that'll be cool. I need one more. I need to do the attack. I need to make an attack for this. I need to change this to spawn one object that then spawns the primary weapon. Because we're going to spawn it, then move on. Half circle 2 times. And then reposition. What was I going to do for this one? I had something in my head and I completely just forgot it. Dun, dun, dun. I completely forgot it. All right, let's just see what it feels like and then we'll fix it. This one, obviously, I think I know what I need to do. We actually do need an anchor. Or do I have like an on death? I might have an attack on death or something like that. Or I just had the idea, what if I did this instead? Now it's hard. That doesn't work because of groups. I was thinking, what if I have her teleport away from you? And just spawn that thing on spawn the grid on your character. It's called indicator, I think. We'll try this though. Indicator instant. This is just what I use when I want to spawn a like I want to spawn something that spawns something else, but I don't want to show the first thing, if that makes sense. Because these ones already have an indicator in them, kind of. And then I'll have to make a caster. Attack immediate, cast. Weapon caster immediate. And this will take the attack. Perfect. This is a projectile. Oh, this is not the right one. Oh, I want, can I just do attack static? That does it on the thing, maybe? We'll just have to change when they cast this. I need to do not room center. I want to do targeting on like the current position, I think. I'm hoping she teleports it, spawns them on me. No, she's spawning them 0, 0. But I know there's a way to spawn them on the target. Like, cause I do it for grenades and stuff like that. I just don't remember what it is. The problem with attack single is it moves it towards that. Bum, 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 da, 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 da. It also might be too much. I might just have them pick a random spot in the room. I think it'd be hard to have these spawn immediately on you. And then it also clumps them together, kind of. I feel like I'm being a little bit lazy. All right, let's just look at the attack object. Pattern. Offset angle, spread angle, offset pause. So I would need a pattern basically which spawns it on the target. Pattern static. Pattern static target. Yeah, this is what I want. Where do I use this? Yeah, let's go ahead and just make a helper function for this so I have it in the future. I'm glad I looked for that because sometimes I get lazy and then I... I don't think this takes anything. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Offset pause. I guess I could pass a position here, but I don't think I need it. So we'll just do this. Attack target. I need to close this. My hot reloader gets super botched when I edit core code. I try to keep rebuilding it and then keeps failing. Okay. Static target. And then we've got this one. We do attack target. And hopefully this works. Oh, we have to run it. Okay, let's think about this really quickly. I guess I'm fine with this. I think the concepts are split up, which is fine. I just don't... I think I'm just going to make it... I don't know, honestly. All right, it should spawn on us. The swords. Perfect. That's sneaky. Because you kind of have to see like the old ones. You have to be dodging the old ones and then also the new ones. Yes, I think I'm going to have her teleport away. That's actually a pretty good sequence, I think. Okay, she'll teleport away, spawn the swords, teleport close, do her slash thing, which is actually an attack from the other thing. And then, or I'm not sure exactly the order, but something like that. We'll do like 160. All right, so reposition far. Sword attacks. 4 of them. I just had a weird thought. These always send. I think these always send. I think they're more like events. That's right. Okay. I can't remember though. Huh. I should probably look into that. Okay, reposition far, do that. Do the half circle attack a few times. Reposition close and do that. Okay. Oh, it is running. I was looking for it. Man, you really get stuck in a corner sometimes. I think she can attack a little earlier. Oh, I guess she does. She does 4 and then moves to the next one. Half circle immediately. Pursue. I'll do 3 of these. So you have a little bit more time to deal damage. And then obviously in this one, you're able to do damage as well. Okay. All right, let's go see the whole fight. Like, it just seems like if I'm gonna automatically cast ints to see ints, then I may as well just in foreign blocks make int min mean see int. Because I think most people will be like, oh, it's an int. And then there's just like a little bit of detail, which is like ints are words until you're making a foreign call, in which case we convert it for you. And it's like, okay, got it. All right, let's do this fight. Also have to work out the taunts. I'll probably do the taunts at some other point. Usually I do them when I do the fight, but surprisingly this time I kind of didn't really do that. She doesn't have enough health, I think, still. If I'm just doing one fight, which I think I'm gonna do. And also I need to work out the final, what's it called? The final like death loop needs to be worked out as well. That one's so abrupt. This fight does feel kind of fair so far, which I like, because I think a lot of times I'll make a fight, it doesn't feel fair. Ba-dum-bum-bum. This segment is a little bit long, but I'll reward people who do DPS builds. It's like that one I could have dodged, but I didn't. Oh, shoot. Oh, we escaped. We escaped with our lives. Yeah, how I set it up though is this: the queen spawns the soldier girl, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the queen spawn from this one. Then when she dies, no, because then she dies. She dies and she isn't able to. Like, yeah, I'll keep it the same. So she'll have to have some kind of like concluding thing, I think. Let's add that. We'll just have to add some taunt. I'll have to add a taunt. Princess, wait. Yeah, here we're waiting for, we move to the top and we wait for shadow count below. We go here. Yeah, then we start the phases. So we'll just do this. We'll do a taunt. Shoot. Okay, there we go. Gid. Oh no, you did it. Set health to 0. Yeah, I guess I just do that, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and set status effect. I wonder if I have a behavior that lets me. Yeah, also I don't want to make, I don't want to give her like tons of health. We'll just give her 100 health. Otherwise people just get a massive XP boost for no reason. Okay. Wait, we need to do this. We'll do and they'll set her health. And then she should drop the loot. I'm not 100% sure that's going to be the case, but I'll get my God sword here. Oh, shoot. Does she set her, I thought I had set status effect. I think I copied it, but I didn't paste it back in. Yeah. Okay, so she'll just always have this status effect on enter in her state machine. I'll just throw it up here. Can I do that? So she'll just always be invulnerable. Is there any way to damage invulnerable characters? Like some ability or something like that? I'm trying to remember. Or a status effect or something? I know lava. I know lava can do it, but I'm not sure. Ugh. That's so, oh, I know what happened there. That's so weird. Okay. I need to change the topics here. Oh, thank you, Zed, for the raid, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, everyone. I make a online game. It's going well. Let me show you once I get this one little change in. Or actually, you can kind of see it. I'm working on a boss fight. It's like the Ice Queen's castle. So this queen spawns this like sword fighter chick and the ice princess, and that's who you fight. And this is kind of the fight right now. I just finished it actually, so I can walk you guys through the phases if you want. So she does the dashes, and then she chases you with this like little half moon attack thing. Those are her. That's her like dash phase thing. So it's kind of like a dodging phase. Phase 2 is like this one, which is kind of similar, except she does these like spiral moves and teleports around and stuff. Then fights in the middle, and she spawns this like ring, like this combat ring. And this is the other phase. She spawns these like swords that rotate. This took forever to program, by the way, just a heads up. Yeah, gotta get the bullet hell in. Yeah, it's an online game. You guys can play at mythfall.com if you're interested. I have a little like alpha version available there. This is the new dungeon that I'm working on. This is kind of like just a survival phase. And the last phase is this one. But yeah, it's more meant to be played like as a group. So I try to design the boss fights to be a little bit like group friendly. So sometimes there's not a lot of like single targeting stuff, but this one I did put some single targeting in. And usually they just target the closest person. Yeah, then she does that thing, dies, and then the loot. Okay, good. Love the music. Thank you. Yeah. There's a guy in my Discord. His name's Not Chris, who does some of the music. Some of the music I bought from an asset pack on itch.io. But yeah, that's the dungeon. That's the boss fight, at least. How old are you, and how old were you when you started this project? I'm like 30. I started the project like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, this is all written in Golang. Yep, it's all Golang. It's been a long journey, but fun. Lots of learning. Oh, I'm not signing on GitHub. I have some of the code I wrote is open source. Like I use this rendering library that I wrote. This is just OpenGL based. I have some like, if you guys are interested in looking at it, you probably don't want to use it, but if you're curious, you can take a look. This one's like a game components library, like asset loaders and like some platform stuff and things like that. Then I wrote an ECS library. And then this is like a sprite packing library. I just use one sprite sheet basically for all of my sprites. And this just does like a little packing algorithm on them. This is my, because it's a browser-based game, so I have to use some kind of networking. I wrote a little netcon wrapper on top of Peon WebRTC, which gives you like UDP kind of sockets, but in browser. Now there's web transport, so you probably want to use something like that. but at the time when I started this, there wasn't web transport, and still web transport's not super widely supported. I think it's like 90% or something like that before. This is just an RPC library that I wrote just to handle like doing like function like calls over RTCnet or any netcon technically. And then this is my serialization library. It just does like a binary serialization protocol, which is pretty efficient compared to like JSON or something like that would be. Yeah, I was a backend developer before this, but I did Java, so I've stepped up. I'm moving up in the world. I was a Java backend developer. But yeah, this has been a big project. This is the biggest project I've ever built, so a lot of mistakes made, a lot of lessons learned. But I've gotten pretty good at Go, so I can't complain too much. I think Go's a good language though, so I enjoy programming in it. I do wish the C interoperability was better so that I could use more C libraries for things and not rewrite it myself, but do 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 do. What about you guys? Do you do backend as well? I feel like everyone's a backend developer these days. That's all that's left. You either do embedded or backend. Let me just scroll through this. Just learning Go? Nice. How do you like it so far? Bum, 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 bum. Alright, that'll be that fight. I need to fix this taunt. That's just what she says after you win. I need to add taunts to the princess. I actually need to do taunts in general, which I'll remember to do. Thank you, Monofur, for the follow, man. Appreciate it. And thanks, Dracnet, too. Welcome. Sorry, I just have to scroll through this and make sure I'm not like there, because sometimes what I'll do is when I want to get something to work, I'll like put it to do somewhere, and I just need to scroll through and see if I see any to-dos, like that I didn't finish something. This was already there. Just part of the process, I guess. Not as flexible as JS, but I like Golang more and more as time goes on. Yeah, I've done a little bit of JavaScript actually recently. Yeah, I missed Go so much when I was writing JavaScript. Just because it's so nice to just define what something is and then have it be that thing like invariably for the entire program, you know? But in JavaScript, it's like, oh, I need to like dynamically make this object, and I hope, and then I read it from somewhere else, and I don't really know what things are, where they are that thing. So I just like static type languages, I guess. I guess for scripting it makes sense, but JavaScript gets used too much for like large scale stuff. I think dynamic typing is a trap. Okay. Ice Princess boss fight. Okay. Did I fix something? I feel like I fixed something, but I forgot to write it down. Well. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I did the normal dungeon mobs. That's done. The set piece I finished first draft of. I might try to go clean it up. I don't love it. It's not a very fun. It's not a very inspired fight, I should say. It's a pretty like run of the mill fight. But it's hard sometimes to come up with new ideas for every single boss. Also, the thing I have to keep in mind sometimes is I can always redo it later. I don't have to make like the final version and release it immediately. I can change it. Because then people get multiple fights. They get the first draft one. They also get the fight in the second draft one as well. What's up, Acid Gamer? Hi from Zedstream. So streaming and game dev, your main job income? It's my main job now. I do it full time, but I haven't released the game yet. So hopefully when the game releases, I'll make more money. But right now I don't make anything. So, or I make a little bit because I make YouTube videos and I'll stream a little bit. And so I get a little bit of money from that for sure. Got my got the little plug there, mythfall.com. Fancy. I need to set up a bot for this. Oh, you pinned it. Smart. I just always expect people to go down to the description to read for things, but pinning it's probably way better. Or I need like a game command, like game or something. Cool, sorry, I wanted to ask. I was thinking of, yeah, no need to apologize. Happy to answer any questions. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's competitive. I think if I had to do it again, I probably would make a smaller game. So, yeah, I know that's like the that's the advice everyone gives. But yeah, I wish I made a smaller game. So. Yeah. But this one's getting close, so it's at the point where I don't have like all that much left for it. I'm trying to release it in this year. In the first half of this year, I should say. Hopefully not the last half, but I don't want to release I don't want to release a game that's like not finished, if that makes sense. In this year. Yeah, now that now that it's 2026, I can finally say that. 30th of December. 31st. Or wait, is it yeah, there's 31 days in December, right? How many days in December? 31, yeah. Give me some credit. I'll do it on the 31st. December 31st, 2026. In stores near you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey. So, you know. But one thing I wish I didn't do was write a rendering library. I wish I didn't do that. I'm glad I wrote an ECS library because there wasn't really that many when I started. You're gonna be off competing with GTA 6. Yeah, totally. All right, hopefully they don't release on December 31st with me. Yeah, I wish I didn't write a rendering library. The networking library was good because I didn't have to do that much work because Peon WebRTC did most of it for me. And oh yeah, all the networking stuff was fine, I feel like. But yeah, the rendering library, I think I just don't enjoy writing rendering code, to be honest. It's just hard to debug and it doesn't really make sense. And the initial version of the game looked really different though when you did the initial multiplayer test with bots. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, the game looked terrible then. I can try to pull up a video. YouTube. Speaking of, I need to make a YouTube video. I've been slacking on that big time. Yeah, it's funny. I started this project as like a almost like a tutorial series on YouTube. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make like videos on how to do this, and then I realized I don't know how to do it. I must have. I'll just go to this one. Yeah, this was like my initial multiplayer was like this. It was like super janky. And then this was like, what was this? 1 year in, I had this. So I had like mobs, people could log in and fight with each other. And everything had these hats that they could all wear. Like all the monsters could wear hats and stuff. It was hilarious. And the tile mapping, I did a pretty good job with that. Like I had auto tiling stuff. I was going for a very hyper light drifter look, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was super jittery. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is where, yeah, I talk about a lot of good stuff in this video. Had your RPG stick. Everything was super hard to see, but I mean, it worked. And I had trees, I had like objects you could place around and stuff. So it was the start of something. It's always fun to look back and see like where it came from, you know? Anyways. Looks like GTA level graphics. True. Well, thanks, Asset Gamer, for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Let me go remind myself what the set piece fight looks like, because I might try to fix that if I can. First video I saw was this one. Indeed, GTA 2. Oh yeah, okay. This was like after some art changes. I still have this. It's like a little load test that I run. And I used to have a pixel font. And I even had stairs that worked. But yeah, I basically just have the bots run in squares, and then depending on how what like index they are, I make them run in larger squares. So yeah, I mean the game's changed a lot. I mean some stuff's still the same, like things are kind of in the same spots, but just looks wise has changed a bunch. You have sister, don't you dare take credit for the art. My sister did a lot of the baseline art for the game. Like she drew this tree, and then like I can go in and like make the tree look a little different, you know? And like she drew the characters, and I can like draw like some stuff items for them. I think I drew this. This I think I got from an asset pack, but it fits. I think I maybe bought it or something. A lot of this stuff I drew. Like I think I drew all the chests and that, all the pets in the pet yard. I drew most of those, but it's like it's nice to have like a baseline drawing of something that you can. It's basically one intern in terms of art, yeah. Yeah, so it's nice to have someone draw like this first draft of artwork for you, so you can like modify it, if that makes sense. It's really hard to turn nothing into art, but it's easy to take art and turn it into like equivalent art, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, we want to look at the set piece boss. This is the new biome. I use Ace Bright. It's pretty, I bought it. It's pretty nice. I know there's like Libre Sprite too if you are on a budget and you can't afford it. This might be a harder fight than the dungeon boss fight. That's weird. It didn't despawn this. He spawned another one, but it didn't matter, I guess. Yeah, you can also compile a sprite from source. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I think I bought it for like 20 bucks, but the thing is you buy it and you've got it forever. I think I bought it on Steam or something. Okay, let's go do the set piece. He needs to drop the correct dungeon now. Yeah, but so like 20 bucks for several years of art software is pretty good. Honestly, nowadays, anything that's not a subscription feels like such a good deal. It's like, oh, I don't have to pay for you monthly. So it's basically free after after I buy it. Yeah. I'm all for it. I wonder if that'll ever make a comeback in terms of like buying software instead of like, I don't know. I guess open source is so big now. People expect everything for free, but okay, this should drop the right one now. Drop correct dungeon. What's up, Mr. Dreams? How's it going? One of the many reasons I hate Adobe. Yeah, I don't know if I use any Adobe products. By the way, Affinity is fully free now. I don't even know what that is. Is it an Adobe thing? Thought about making a WordPress plugin that don't have subscription. Those things always making you buy subscriptions. Then I thought about all the updates that WordPress makes that you need to support. And I thought, never mind. Yeah, that's why they do subscriptions, I guess. Also, thanks, Callie, for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like, I understand subscriptions from the perspective of like forward maintenance of the product forever. So like, in that sense, it makes sense, but I don't know, because Sprite also has updates that people pay for. So part of it's like they update the software and then more people want to buy it because it gets better and better over time, I guess. So I don't know. Any WordPress plugin is GPL licensed, so just pirate it. You have to like link against it or something? Affinity Photo Designer? Oh, Adobe Alternative, gotcha. Yeah, I just use GIMP when I have to do video or photo editing or image editing, I guess. But GIMP, I'm just not very good at it, so like I don't know what all the tools do. I ended up getting DxO for photography. Since they even discounted when it's updated since you already bought a version. Oh. Any themes or plugins made for WordPress has to be GPL or something like that, not a lawyer. I wasn't aware. I've never used WordPress. Whenever I had to make a website, I always used like Hugo or Jekyll or something, like some static site generator. Okay, well, this is good. All right, we need to make loot items, I think, next. Frost, why don't I have these written down? We need, oh, I need to finalize. I guess I need to finalize taunts. How you? I can never get my head around it. I don't know if I even get my head around it. It's the only one I was aware of, so I just like out of necessity I have to use it. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just like, so it does feel weird. I just wish it was simpler. Both GIMP and Inkscape, yeah. I guess GIMP was based off of Inkscape, maybe? So it inherited some of the weirdness. All right, we need to go draw. One of these says items. There it is. So like, it's nice to have like an asset pack. Like I bought this asset pack. So now I can like, let's say I need like the base of an amulet or something like that. I can go like take this and recolor into my palette and then like make an item out of that, which is kind of helpful. It at least gives you like a starting point, which is nice. And I mean, you can also just throw these directly into your game too if you want. But what ends up happening is you end up seeing other games that look like yours because they just use the exact same thing. Or like this one, I took like the shoulder texture off and like put it on top of my armor, and like it worked pretty well. So, but my style doesn't exactly match their style, so it's kind of hard. But yeah, we need items for this dungeon. Let's see. This was the Christmas items. Oh, it must be on a different layer. Oh, it's locked. Ugh. Okay. I could do a crown. I should make a list. Like a crown fits thematically. A sword. Well, you're fighting the fencer. Maybe you don't get a crown. Because you're fighting the, I guess you get a tiara. Because what I'm going to do with this dungeon is I'm going to make it a dungeon with a basement dungeon below it as well. So you fight the princess, get a dungeon drop to go one level below, and then fight the queen below it. We could also make a craftable thing, like a recipe ingredient. Or something like frozen shard, frozen heart. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, dum. You know, obviously we need to make an ability. Because we do ability pages. That's another thing that I want to change. I can also do like fencer's boots. Maybe like plus speed, plus dash. Plus you get a bonus dash, maybe. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, excuse me. We could do a ring as well. Oh, we also need a pet. Pet snowman? Okay. I feel like we have to do the sword. Glass crown, maybe? Frozen crown. I feel like I'm just gonna put the word frozen in front of everything. Frozen heart, frozen rapier. Or however you say that word. Frozen shard. Frozen book. Frozen boots. What do they call those you know those coats that like French fencer people wear? With the long tail. Tailcoat? Cavalier coats? Now we're talking. That's what we're looking for. Tailcoat. You should know you're basically French. Frost bolts. Well, so I have the in Frost Vale, the biome. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I have a wand and I have armor, permafrost armor. Actually, I forgot that I made these items. These are actually kind of cool items. I made a few cool items for the special biomes ones. The penguin jackets. I use obsidian, yeah. There's a Kanban plugin you can install inside of Obsidian that just reformats the markdown into like super easily clickable lists, which is really helpful. Because you can like drag and drop stuff around, like move things, like, oh, I want to do this, and just slide it up. Then Obsidian under the hood like takes this item in the list and just like moves the text around. So it's super helpful. The Kanban. This is the Kanban board. Yeah, I highly recommend this. All right, let's go and draw. I'm gonna go ahead and just start drawing these things, and then we'll decide what we're gonna put in. Where's my Yes, I want this. Something like this for my fencer sword. I can't remember what this comes from. I think this comes from a bee. Like in Gumbo Forest or something, that's like a bees item. All right, let's see. Oh, maybe what I do, instead of dropping the sword, no, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I could drop a crafting ingredient that people use to combine this sword into the fencer, the prism sword. I guess regardless of how it gets crafted, we need it. Okay, that'll be that one. Where's my crowns? All right, here's a crown. That's the broken crown though. Do I have a tiara? I know I have princess characters somewhere. Oh gosh. What file am I in? What folder am I in? I'm in the wrong one. They don't have tiaras. Oh, she kind of does though. I wonder how this would look. It's kind of hard to do hats that just overlay a few pixels because there's different hairstyles. So it just matters how much I care if it looks super clean. Where are all the hairstyles? It must be in this one. This is like my old one that I used. I think this doesn't have any new things in it, does it? I mean, we can try it. A lot of hats, I just force a specific hairstyle because it's kind of like you're pushing the hair into the crown or something. So I could always do that, I guess. I mean, I might just do this. I don't know. We'll just have to see, I guess. Yeah, we can do a tiara though. I think that fits a little bit. And then if I do a second level of the dungeon, I can make the tiara craft into the crown. And like magnify its effect or something like that. Okay, we need something, some kind of ingredient. I don't know what it'll be yet. This one I more need to decide what the ability is going to be. Dun, 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 dun. All right, that will come up with an idea for boots we can do, and then tailcoat we can do. Though I don't really like, I kind of don't like the, I mean, it's not terrible, but I kind of don't like the fact that I'm just like taking, I don't know. Maybe it's okay. I don't know what I don't like about it. Let's look for something that looks kind of like a tailcoat. Or something with like a cape or something. That's the other problem is like sometimes there's just nothing that's like looks like what you need. Dun, 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 dun. What is this? I mean, maybe something like this could work. Like, I do like the fact that it's like furry shoulders. We'll put a pin in that one. Because I don't really know if I want to do all of this. Boots. Boots we will almost certainly do. Those are just usually recolorings though. Nope, wrong one. I kind of want to make like wedged heels or something. Got our winter boots. The hard part is I feel like I've committed to this angle of like looking this way. This might be a little bit botched, but maybe I can do one at a time. Or let me look up a picture of well, I don't even know what these shoe types are called. They're like shoes with heels. All right. Picture of shoes with heels, girls, pixel art. All right, perfect. I wanted to put that pixel art at the end just to make sure I didn't get anything too weird. They kind of, I mean, it's hard when I have such a small canvas. It's hard to like really add that much. But we'll try. Did I copy this? Let's copy this really quick, just in case we want to undo it. Yeah, I mean, it's like we want to do this. We probably... let's just try to do one. Let's just try to do one of these and then we'll adapt. Because surely drawing one will be easier than drawing two. It might help to turn them a little bit. Or maybe I should just do this from scratch. It's like 1, 2, 3, up one. Maybe one more. Then it just goes high. One more. Then we have to come down. Mm. We can try this. I don't know. I need to fade more like that, maybe. Actually, I might use a different reference. That one's kind of tricky. Because what it would do next is I'd have this like inside area. But I think the ones I was just using look too realistic. I'm gonna try to make mine more simpler. Flat. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Oops. Look, we're getting there. Let's do another iteration of this. It's just really hard to. I wonder if we can just angle this completely flat. It would look fine. Maybe a little bit less there. Maybe a little bit less there. What if I go up? The problem is it's too big. It also has no like rotation. It's like side profiled completely. Actually, I think I just need to get this gap larger. I don't know. I just feel like I don't have the shape really. Might add a little bit of depth over here, maybe. It's a little bit better, maybe. It's just so hard to like make it curve in a little bit without, it's like I just have to do a line almost. Here's this even smaller pixel art. That's what I should have looked for, as I should have looked for a small pixel art canvas. All right, let's try to draw. I'm just gonna try to draw this like almost pixel for pixel. Problem is this one, even this one's a little bit big. It also doesn't have an outline. I'm just gonna cheat a little bit. Perfect. It's just like so wide still. Like I need to be like this size. And at that point it's like nothing. I mean, it's literally just this and then there. Are we down one? This. Like that's the outline. Oh, maybe that works actually. See, in my head, I think that the inside's darker, but it kind of does the opposite. I'm gonna do this. Or no, it would have to be this one, it would have to be that, and then we do this. So we have a highlight color, or we'll do a highlight color, main color, shadow color, oops. Shadow color. And we need like an inside the shoe color. It's not terrible. I don't love it. but it could maybe play. Oops. And they're kind of bigger than I wanted, but it maybe works. I could also just do like more combat styled boots. Or maybe high heels is not really even a valid thing. I just want nimble boots, nimble looking boots. But anyways, I am going to end the stream here, everybody. We're at about 4 hours and I'm becoming brain dead, more brain dead by the minute. So, but yeah, thanks you all for stopping by. Thanks again to Zed for the raid. I appreciate it. And yeah, you guys take care. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. See ya.